So you finally did it. You cut your hair into a bob. And let me just say you look fresh, modern, and quietly powerful. There's something about a bob after 60 that feels like a reset button in the best possible way. Your face opens up, your neck shows again, your cheekbones step forward like, we're still here. But here's the part no one really talks about. Your earrings? Yeah, they didn't get the memo. The bold, dramatic pieces you used to love? All of a sudden, they feel too much. Too long, too heavy, this was cool in 2008. I remember slipping on my go-to gold hoops the day after my haircut. Walked into brunch feeling fabulous. And my sister goes, "Wow, are you moonlighting as a DJ now?" Not quite the look I was going for. And that's when it hit me. Your earrings can either lift the whole look or completely compete with it. And honestly, after 60, we deserve better than almost works. So today, I'm walking you through the best earrings for bob haircuts after 60. Not the flashy stuff, but the flattering, face-loving, confident, quietly glowing kind. Let's start with the quiet heroes of short hair. Small hoops when done right. Here's something I didn't expect. After I cut my hair into a bob, my earrings suddenly started looking bigger. Not physically, just visually. You know what I mean? The shorter the hair, the more everything else shows. Your neckline, your jaw, and yes, your ears. Which means your old go-to hoops. They might suddenly feel like they're doing too much. That was exactly the case with my friend Barbara. She's 68, wears her bob neat and silver, and used to say, "I stopped wearing hoops. They just dragged my face down." Until one day, I handed her a pair of small, feather-light titanium hoops about the size of a nickel. She popped them on, checked the mirror, and said, "Why do I look like I slept better?" And guess what? She wore them to the farmer's market that weekend and came back with 3 compliments before she reached the plums. That's the power of small hoops done right. So here's what to look for. Diameter no bigger than a quarter. Thin, lightweight metal, titanium, gold fill, even rose tone for warmth. No chunky texture or rhinestones. We want glow, not glare. Try this. Stand in the mirror, tilt your head slightly, and see if your hoops add a gentle frame to your face or steal the show. If it's the latter, it's time to swap them out. But maybe hoops aren't your thing. Maybe you want something even cleaner. Let's talk about the understated magic of studs. Some days, you just want less in the best way, especially if your bob is sharp, clean, or sits right at the jawline. It already says, "I've got this." You don't need earrings shouting over it. And that's where studs come in. They're like the crisp white shirt of accessories, simple, flattering, and never out of place. But here's the key. They may be small, but the impact is real. Take my neighbor Linda, 72, polished, practical, and the queen of looking put together without trying. She keeps a little tray near her vanity labeled Short Hair Days. It's full of pearl studs, tiny quartz, and a pair of soft pink opals, she says. Just make my jaw look gentler even when I'm grumpy. Can you see it? A sleek chin-length bob, soft blush on the cheeks, and a pearl catching the morning light. That's not trying too hard. That's arrived. So if your haircut feels bold and clean, but you want to keep things elegant, reach for studs in neutral or soft tones. Pearl, white or blush, rose quartz, smoky topaz, tiny gold domes, no sparkle. Quick tip. The right stud should almost disappear until you turn your head, and it catches just enough light. But let's say you want a little more movement. Something that sways with your hair not stuck in place. Oh, we're getting there. Let me ask you this. Have you ever turned your head, felt your hair sway, but your earrings stayed frozen like they missed the moment? Because here's the thing. When your bob has movement layers, softness, a little tousle, your earrings should join the dance. That's why I love a good drop earring. Not the long dramatic chandeliers from weddings in the 90s. We had our moment. I'm talking about short, delicate drops just long enough to catch the light when you smile. Picture this. A softly layered bob, a bit of side-swept volume, and a brushed silver teardrop earring that sways when you laugh. It's not loud. It's just alive. My friend Nancy, 65, wore a pair like that to a backyard dinner last spring. Nothing flashy, just slim little bar drops in matte gold. Before she even sat down, someone leaned in and said, "Your earrings are dancing with your haircut." And honestly, I don't think she's taken them off since. If you're curious to try it, look for teardrop shapes, slim bars, lightweight ovals. Nothing that hits below the chin. Keep the proportions right. Quick check. Turn your head slowly. If your earrings glide without bumping into your hair, that's a win. Still, not every bob has movement. Some are sharp, bold, structured. Now, let's talk about what softens that look without losing shape. Here's something most people overlook. When your haircut is sharp angles, structure, clean lines, your face can sometimes feel a little serious. Not cold, but maybe not quite as open as you'd like. And that's where pearls come in. I used to think pearls were too prim, too proper, until I found the right one, soft blush, off-white, a little irregular. And suddenly, my angled bob looked less severe and more intentional. Can you picture this? A sharp, side-parted bob, simple neckline, and a pair of pale pink pearl drops gently framing your jaw. It doesn't fight the haircut. It balances it. My friend Carol, 66, wore a pair like that to her niece's engagement dinner. Hair perfectly set, structured, and neat. But those pearls? They softened everything. One of the bridesmaids even said, "You look like you just stepped out of a skincare commercial." That's the kind of compliment that sticks, isn't it? So if your bob is saying, "I mean business," let pearls whisper, "But I also know how to sip wine and laugh too loud." Here's what to try. Classic white or blush studs, short pearl drops, irregular Baroque shapes for an edge. Bonus tip. Pearls reflect light beautifully, especially next to silver or salt and pepper hair. It's like a built-in soft focus filter. But even the best earrings can't fix everything. Let's talk about the few that can actually work against your bob. Let me save you some trial and error because I've made these mistakes so you don't have to. See, a bob is already doing a lot. It frames the face, lifts the neckline, sharpens your silhouette. But the wrong pair of earrings? They can undo all of that in 5 seconds flat. Here's what I mean. 1. Super long dangly earrings. You might think they add drama, and they do. But picture this. You've got a clean angled bob and earrings swinging down past your chin. Suddenly, your neck looks shorter, your haircut disappears, and the focus goes everywhere but your face. 2. Chunky, heavy statement pieces. I used to love the kind that made a little clink when I dropped them on the dresser. But after 60, they pull on your lobes, highlight skin texture, and let's be honest, make you look tired. Not the look we're going for. 3. Loud colors and glitter overload. Fluorescent green hoops, sparkly rhinestones. If your haircut is sleek and modern, these just clash. It's like wearing sneakers with a silk dress wrong kind of mix. My cousin tried that once with a brand new silver bob. Acrylic earrings in bright coral. Her husband paused, squinted, and said, "Are we going to a rave?" Quick check. If your earrings shout louder than your smile, they're not helping you. So now that we've covered what not to wear, Let's wrap this up with what really matters. The quiet little choices that make you feel like you only more polished. So there you have it, the earrings that don't just look pretty in the box, but actually work with your haircut, your features, your style. Because after 60, we're not dressing for attention, we're dressing for alignment. With who we are now, with how we carry ourselves, with what feels good when we catch our own reflection and smile. A small hoop that hugs the ear, a pearl that softens a strong line, a tiny stud that catches just enough light. These aren't loud choices, they're intentional ones. And when you get it right, it doesn't scream, "Look at me." It just quietly says, "I know who I am and I still enjoy making an entrance." So now I want to hear from you. Are you team pearl, team stud, or team whatever doesn't tug my earlobe? Leave me a comment below. I'd love to know what's been working for you lately. And if this made you smile, or nod, or maybe rethink that drawer full of earrings, go ahead and hit subscribe. There's more where this came from: thoughtful style, soft glow beauty, and all the little things that help us shine a little brighter right where we are. See you in the next one.